Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Biomimicry Online Live. This is episode 13, and for tonight's episode we're going to be joined by a very special guest, Alan McFadyen from Scottish Photography Hides, and also an award-winning photographer. Now, among Alan's thousands of photos, he took a very rare photo which inspired not only those interested in biomimicry, but nature lovers around the world. And we're going to be discussing that photo, among other things, with Alan this evening. But before that, let's just take a quick step back to find out why we've been doing these live streams, and in particular, why we've been talking about biomimicry. Check this out.
Imagine an experience that ignites the same spirit of adventure and pursuit of discovery as exploring the outer limits of space, but where the adventure lies not beyond our galaxy, but right here in exploring the extraordinary diversity and hidden depths of this planet. An experience that reveals how nature is a vast library of ingenuity we can learn from. A library filled with proven, real solutions for all our human development and sustainability challenges. Solutions based on the billions of years of research and development by the natural world's designers, architects, engineers, and scientists. This is the science of biomimicry, the practice of learning from and emulating nature's genius. Biomimicry is at the forefront of innovation. It is the next revolution, the natural revolution.
Hello, Sue. Welcome back. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks, Roger. Lovely to see you again. It's been a while.
So good to be back, and really looking forward to today's live stream with our special guests. I'm sure you are.
Absolutely. Most excited. It's simply wonderful. Yep.
So to get the audience warmed up, we've got a little video that we're going to show just to show before we bring Alan on screen. So let's check it out, and then let's dive straight into it. Let's have a look at this.
Cool.
Watch the light as it set from the sun. All the ways we could run, all the ways we could run. Oh my, yeah. Can you see the light from outer space? What was said, what was done as the time had arrived. All the ways we could run, all the things we could try. Oh my, yeah. Can you tell me where this is gonna lead? And all the lights are shining on the sea as the rolling waves crash along the beach.
Such an amazing video. Welcome, Alan. Thank you so much for joining. How's it going?
Very good. Pleasure to be here. Nice to see you.
So good to have you. We're really looking forward to getting stuck into that. I don't know what it is about you and some of the team that's obviously helped you out, but some of the videos that you guys make are just, I mean, it got me emotional already.
Well, it touches me as well from time to time, and I see new stuff, so it's all good. Yeah.
It's great to have you here. So you tuning in from, do you want to tell everyone where you're tuning in from?
I'm in southwest Scotland, near the English border, so it's pretty cold at the moment, but it's a lovely place in the world to visit if anybody ever in this area.
Fantastic. So welcome to everyone tuning in, whether your network is part of Alan's network or Sue's network or the Expedition Projects network. But yeah, just thank you to everyone joining. Just a quick reminder, during the course of this live stream, at any point, you can ask any questions you want by posting your questions in the sort of comments, reply section, and we'll try and answer them as best as we can. But before we get to sort of any audience questions, I know, Sue, you're dying to dive in and ask Alan some questions about all of the work that he does, but in particular, obviously, a very famous photograph. But I'll hand it over to you and let you and Alan have a little chat. And yeah, looking forward to hearing it.
Oh, thanks so much, Alan. Roger. Oh, here we go. I'm already tongue-tied. But actually, I was so struck by that little video in the beginning now, Alan, where you see the Kingfisher bobbing on that thing, getting excited about to dive in. And I felt exactly like that to have you. Yes, thank you. I'm so excited to be chatting with you. It's an absolute joy. So thank you so much.
Don't dive off your chair. Stay there.
I bet it's not the most stable of ones. But yeah, Alan, obviously, you know, this is linking all with our online biomimicry course, and I've presented quite a few times on biomimicry, and there is one example that seems to capture the imagination of everyone, and that's when I tell the Kingfisher example in terms of biomimicry. But I think what really makes it is that photograph that really just captures the essence and the brilliance of the design, where that beak's already in the water, not so much as a ripple, let alone a splash. So I can't wait to hear from the person who has produced what I reckon is, or captured what I reckon is the most iconic photo out there. So please tell us about that. Yeah, what it took.
A long journey. Well, it started off, it was one of the first birds I seen that really ignited me. I've seen lots of birds when I was a young kid, with my grandfather, and it was the day I seen a kingfisher. I was blown away. It was just a flash. I seen it, poof, just a blue flash. And I was like, wow, I want to see this bird close up. But I didn't. In all the years my grandfather was alive till I was a teenager, I never got to see one really close up. So when he passed away, that's when I set my mind to get this picture of the kingfisher. I didn't plan to get something as good as that. I just wanted a close-up shot. Yes. And so I remember a quick story. I seen one day up the river on the bridge, and it was raining and cold, and I crawled for 2 hours through the brambles, and eventually got there, and it was a piece of blue bag hanging on the branch. Oh, no. I should have gave up then, but I kept going, and there was a lot of trial.
6 years, I believe, Alan.
I got some good shots in that time, but I'm very particular and fussy. I wanted the perfect shot, so that was everything.
Well, you certainly got it. I mean, just with, you know, that color and the background, the golden, oh my word, it really is just absolutely extraordinary, that.
Well,
and it was something like 4,200 hours, I believe.
Total and everything, yeah. It was a lot of time.
Sure.
Took over my life, basically.
But I can imagine, I understand, because I watched that Blair Stewart film again. I've seen it quite a few times, and I can fully understand what it meant to you to actually capture that photo in your granddad's memory. Yeah.
obviously
Beautiful.
I didn't think it would go viral. I was just so happy to get it. I was driving home punching I'm going.
Yes.
I thought I'd get 60 likes on Facebook or something. I didn't realise it would go.
Well, it really has captured the imagination.
Yeah.
I think, Roger, you said it so perfectly, not only of the biomimics out there, but just anyone, who loves nature, because it is absolutely iconic. It's really, hats off to you. And I can't imagine what it must have been like with taking it, 720,000 shots, and suddenly there it is in front of you, the perfect. This is what you've been waiting for. I mean, Alan,
Well, it's 30 miles an hour from perch to the water. And my camera takes 14 shots a second.
Sure.
And so sometimes you just see it's just coming in the frame. Another times it's under the water. So that's like not even a tenth of a second. So to get it spot on it was a bit of luck as well.
Sorry, I don't think there was luck in that one. There was patience and a great deal of skill and just attention. I think, simply wonderful. And Alan, did you realize the connection to biomimicry quite early on, or?
No, I'm fascinated by this since I started speaking to you. It's really, really interesting. I knew about the Japanese bullet train and the Kingfisher, but that's as far as I knew. I didn't realise there's loads, and there'll be thousands of other things to come in future as well.
Absolutely, and birds have certainly inspired quite a few innovations in that. So it's it's wonderful, and I think when we start getting into deeper biomimicry, it's going to really start taking the world by storm. And just moving on to that it's really, for me, I think one of the key things for biomimicry to be practiced with real meaning, it is one of the key essences of biomimicry is this reconnecting with nature, developing a revaluing of it. Because, so often we think of nature just as this warehouse of resources to extract from, whereas biomimicry considers nature more a library of solutions we could be learning from. But that reconnecting, can you just explain maybe how photography has helped you to really bring about a deeper connection with nature?
To be honest, I prefer nature and animals to people.
I'm with you.
It just relaxes you. I mean, even when I'm sitting in the hide for 8 hours with no photos, there's always something to take in.
Yes.
Whether it be a song, a different bird flying past, just behaviours, watching them mating, fighting. There's always something to take on board and to get pleasure from.
Yes.
I just love being outdoors. I'm an outdoor guy from since I was 6 years old.
Oh, fantastic. And that was largely thanks to your granddad, I believe.
Yeah, well, when I was a child, I was a bit of a rascal, to be honest. I was a bit of, and I think he took me under his wing to get me away from my friends and that who were in the same mould as me, who were breaking windows and stealing apples, and I think he just said, "Come with me." And from the first day, I remember he showed me a blackbird's nest in a bush. He says, "Come and see this." And he opened the bush, and I seen the 4 eggs. I was like, "Wow!" So every minute we spent all together away looking for new birds, new things, and that's how I learned everything. So I'm glad I was naughty when I was younger.
Wise man, your granddad.
Yeah, he was that.
Hold him a little bit in the right direction, yeah. And what a direction it has taken. The
only problem with it was I loved nature so much I wasn't interested in school or education, and I was always taking time off to go looking for birds and animals.
And look where it has got you now. Sometimes I think, life gives us we learn so much more from life and that than maybe sitting in classrooms behind desks.
Yep.
Absolutely. So I can fully understand you doing that.
The younger audience watching, don't copy me, because it's not I got lucky. I made a career out of it, but it's 1 in a million chance. Accurate
Yeah,
school.
not saying schooling is, we shouldn't throw school out, but I think it's having a good balance, you know, and time in nature.
Balance is a key. That is the key.
Absolutely. Yeah, because they are saying more and more that time in nature is so essential for us. And it's more, it's not just time in nature, it's the nature of the connection that's important. And I think that's maybe really what your granddad gifted you with, was entering into relationship with life and nature, you know, which is absolutely fantastic. Were there any special experiences or moments that stand out for you?
Oh, obviously, when I seen my first kingfisher, first nest, that was the first week he took me out.
Yes.
I'd never seen a bird's nest before, and it was just perfect built. And I remember thinking, how can a bird build a nest with its beak? Oh, you couldn't do it with your fingers. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Seeing the kingfisher on my head, that was a very special moment. That was.
Yeah, I can imagine when I saw this photo, I came across it not so long ago. I mean, I thought this is just perfect.
And it was bashing the fish on my head. Funny. And I couldn't move. My friend was in a different height taking photos of me. And he said, I could feel it on my head.
Yeah.
I don't think it's ever been done before that. People have had them landing on their fishing rods, but never actually on the head. So,
and tell me, was that before or after you'd captured that iconic photo?
That was after.
Well, there you go. I'm not surprised it happened then.
Exact same spot. It was the exact same spot where I took the photo.
Oh, really? Yeah. Could it be the same bird even?
I think it probably was, because it was about a year.
I love that also, that in that opening video where it says private fishing, the sign that he's on, you know, that is just such a wonderful bit of you. Yes. Yeah. So you mean that's private fishing for me, you know? I can still get, you know, I also just very recently had the experience of, I had to hand rear a fledgling swift and then a fledgling mouse bird. Two more different birds you couldn't get. And just, I had 10 days with each of them. And it was just the most remarkable thing to really enter their world and understand. And I'm sure that's what you have experienced with the countless hours you've spent, you know?
Yeah. Well, funny, I had a swift a few years ago, and you know, they only eat flying insects. So I was driving around the country roads in my car with a net out the window catching flies. And people must have thought it was crazy. And I was munching them up and feeding it, and I let it go about 4 or 5 days later. So it gives you a great feeling though when you rescue something and release it back to the wild.
Absolutely, that moment when they take off, you know, as much as you cannot believe how much they crawl into your heart.
Exactly.
But you know, so it is a wrench, but it's the most wonderful thing seeing them fly free.
You get no thanks from them; they just fly away. But it doesn't matter.
Oh, they do. Okay, bye bye. It was a pleasure.
Don't even turn around. Just Still, it fills you with joy and sense of well-being.
Absolutely, yeah.
And
Alan, in all the time you spent with the birds themselves, have you felt any life lessons that you've discovered from them?
Life lessons. Just to respect things and respect nature. That's my biggest thing, because nowadays the younger generation I think they're out of tune with it. In the UK anyway, they're more into Xboxes and things, and I just wish they would connect with it and then even give it a chance. And then because it's a fantastic life, well-being and mental health, everything it's got so many positives, no negatives with it, zero negatives.
Yep, absolutely. I spend a lot of time in forests. I take people into the forest for forest immersions and that, and it's quite wonderful to just see how people just suddenly relax. You literally see the weight drop off their shoulders, kind of thing, you know. And you do quite a few. I know you have a bird hide business, but you take people on tours for
tours? Yes, I take groups of people to different places, and this is quite a new thing I've got into. I usually just put them in the hide and say goodbye for the day, but there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people getting into photography now, which is good. I think since COVID, people were stuck in the house.
Yes,
absolutely.
I
think it's been a positive thing from COVID, the only thing. So I think that's...
What I have found is how photography helps one to focus and see things maybe that you wouldn't have noticed before. Even if you've taken a photograph, you know, afterwards you see, wow, I didn't see that when I was looking at it, you know, at that moment. And now that I've captured it, and you start to really understand, you know, Leonardo da Vinci said, in nature's inventions, nothing is lacking, nothing is superfluous. And, you know, it's that when you start to really look and see the design behind everything. And it's so funny. I'm just going back again to the beginning when I said that the Kingfisher is one of the best examples one can ever give when you're introducing the concept of biomimicry, because when people just see that and see that beak in the water, and you just suddenly say to them, well, they can't afford to be a splash because he's got to catch fish. And that by the time the wings hit, the beak has speared already, you know, and then it's this aha moment, my word. And then you show how they changed the shape of the Shinkansen bullet train to match the shape of the Kingfisher beak. And there you've got them hooked. So I can't thank you enough for that beautiful photograph, because that's the kind of thing that makes people aware.
All right, that's good. Yes, that's no problem. I'll come back in 6 years with a different photo for biomimicry.
Absolutely. I can't wait.
No, it's all good.
Guys, absolutely amazing. Like there's such a connection of worlds here. And I think one of the amazing things, just listening to you two speak, and Alan maybe not knowing, you know, a load about biomimicry just yet. And already there's that overlap and interest and all that, which is, I guess, what it's all about, isn't it, Sue? We obviously need to try and get everyone to reconnect, not with obviously each other, but obviously with nature as well. And so we've achieved that in some small way already with this live stream, which is great.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, Alan and I chatted briefly to plan this, and I mean, there was already just a wonderful connection. So thank you for that, Alan, and really, it's been an absolute delight chatting with you. Thank you.
Oh, same back. Honest, really good.
Thank you so much. So what we're going to do, just to finish up this little live stream we've got, is we did a little photography competition in the lead up to this live stream, and we had a few entries. Some really amazing sort of photos came through, and we wanted to announce the winner now, which I'm going to pop onto screen. So drum roll, and very big congratulations to Sophie for this amazing photo of this owl. Absolutely amazing. I don't know, what do you think, Alan? I think you can critique this nicely, can't you?
The eye contact and the snowfall, the dark background, it's just the owl just stands out. I just love the eye contact, and the snow is just a bonus from Sophie. Fantastic photograph.
Absolutely amazing. So anyone who wants to sort of tag us and sort of send in some of their photos, please keep doing so. Even though this live stream is coming to an end, keep doing it. I'm sure Alan would love to see your photos. I know Sue and I would love to see them as well. Please do go and have a look out about some more about obviously what Alan does and what Sue does. I'm going to pop the little details on the screen again. Here we go. So go and check out obviously the Expedition Project, Biomimicry Online. Sue and I have developed some amazing online courses on a different take of biomimicry, less so on the innovation side and more so on the sort of reconnecting with nature side, which we're very proud of. And obviously, you know, if anyone is in the area of Scotland where Alan is based, then obviously go and visit him and some of his hides and his photography tours. I'm sure he'd love to meet you as well. What we're going to do, obviously, just to play out this little live stream, is we'd love to just play out with the amazing award-winning video that Blair Stewart, your friend Blair Stewart, did for you, Alan, which is a phenomenal film. And I do recommend that anyone stays sort of tuned to watch this video, because it is absolutely incredible, very heartwarming. And as Sue mentioned, she's watched it several times already, as have I, and it really is amazing. But Alan, any final words from you before we say goodbye?
Thanks for the opportunity and getting me sparked into learning more about biomimicry. And thanks to all the viewers that have tuned in as well.
Oh no, definitely. It's been absolutely amazing. Sue, thank you so much again for tuning in and all those great questions for Alan. It's been an absolute pleasure listening to you two chat. And yeah, just thank you to everyone watching. Please send in your questions. Keep sending in any thoughts. Tune in for the next Biomimicry on live episode that we'll have in a few months' time, and just check out Alan's work, check out Sue's work, and yeah, hopefully we'll see you guys all again soon. Thanks so much, Sue. Thanks so much, Alan. Stay tuned. We're going to play out with Blair Stewart.
Thanks very much, Alan. Look forward to staying in touch. Thanks, everyone.
It's a pleasure.
Thanks, everyone. Watch this video. Check this out.
Bye.
Bye.
I was fishing in a remote part of Chiang Mai in northern Thailand. And there was a guy and his son 100 yards along the bank, and he came along, asked if I'd caught any fish, and I said, yes, I've caught 3 or 4, whatever. This guy was from Holland, and he just turned to me and looked at me. Excuse me, are you Alan McFadyen from Scotland? And I looked at him and I thought, how does he know this? He said, yes, this is you took a picture of Kingfisher. I went, yes. Are you sure? And I showed him my Facebook profile and the picture. He couldn't believe it. So I told him I'd send him a signed copy, and I did, and he sent me a big letter back. I just couldn't believe it. Somebody from Holland and Thailand recognised me. My name is Alan McFadyen, and I work as a supervisor in a shellfish factory and also run a photography hide business. So I just built small hides myself to start with, just for personal use. And I was getting some good images, putting them online. People were asking me, where do you get them and can I come? So at first I was inviting people along, and it got busier and busier. The hides got bigger, more people came and they got more professional, and they got to the stage I'm at now. People don't see the work I put in. They think I just go out with a camera and take a picture. Oh, that's a nice picture, but it's a commitment like nobody would believe. I've always been an outdoor guy since I was 5 years old. A long time ago now. It was all nature with me and my granddad, really. That's all we ever done. Every single spare second I had, I was out with him on bicycles, walks. I used to badger him all the time, take me here, take me there, and explore the whole of Galloway within cycling distance, sometimes up to 50 miles in a day in the bicycles. I was a bit of a disaster when I was younger. I shouldn't really say that, but I was. In one of my exams, my history exam, I went away looking for birds' nests. But it was the day I seen the Kingfisher over the bridge. I just was blown away by the colours. I just thought, this is an exotic bird. Can't live in the UK. It was the kingfisher that really sparked me. The policeman came to my work and got me, and I just knew. He wasn't very well before it. As soon as the policeman came to work, I just knew what it was, and it was a sad day for me, that. I just wanted to get something for his memory, for the family, all my family as well, to make them proud, make myself proud. My heart was set on getting the kingfisher image because it was a special bird to the both of us. My vision for the photo I wanted was the dive into the water, the wings out, which doesn't usually happen, the golden background, the golden beach leaves. There's hundreds and thousands of kingfisher pictures out there now, but I wanted something different, something special. They're just so fast, it's a tenth of a second from perch to water. I'm shooting 14 frames a second, and still sometimes I get 14 shots with nothing in the frame. And it's just a lottery. At the beginning, I put everything into it. Every spare minute was trying to get this shot. And I remember one day I was sitting in a little chair in the water, knee deep with a perch out, and I was that tired I fell asleep about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I woke up. It was pitch black, didn't know where I was, didn't even know I was photographing, I just couldn't see anything. I started feeling about, felt my camera, thought, what's this? Then I just came out, oh my God, I fell asleep, and I fell asleep for 5 hours. I was that exhausted to try to get this picture.
Shows how determined you are.
You're stupid. The conditions were perfect that day. Freezing, soaking. But you still need the bird to come, and it came a few times, I kept getting close. I just kept going and going. Then eventually I hit gold, so to speak. That's the shot I wanted. It was just so much work, so much hours, time, and just thinking, I've actually done it. There's probably nothing that's given me more pleasure in my life. That's the honest answer, that. But I spent a lot of time in that hide. He would be immensely proud, I think. He knew how much the birds meant to me. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be doing much with nature, and so I owe it all down to him, really. Would he trade it for the world?